Yo, hey guys, so what I've done is I've just abducted Lee's live stream and I'm just going to rock it out at the moment. We're just at the Blackman, just prepping, getting everything ready to rock and roll in. Obviously we've got Jared here doing behind the scenes videoing, so I'm just going to pretty much swing you all around, get everyone rocking and rolling, then we're just going to sneak peek in. This is the entrance bit.
So what I'll be doing throughout the day, it's called anchoring. So when we're talking about negatives, I move to this side of the stage and talk about, so forth. So when we're always talking about a negative, people will understand and they will go to this side of the stage. So then in a person's subconscious and timeline, and I'll move to this side of the stage, and every time I go to this side of the stage, people will automatically know that I'm talking about a positive. I'm talking about a future. So if I close my eyes, and as actually I do if I turn around, my past is there and my future is there if you're looking at it that way. So there's a reason why we do that. So again, if you see, we've got the negative part and that's why we keep that way, and you're going to anchor the stage. So the big thing which we're going to be teaching people a lot about is the hero's journey. And through an understanding of someone wanting to better themselves in the normal world is the hero's journey. And I won't go too far into that, but it's basically understanding the ordinary world is the world where most people live at. And the special world is where people have been motivated, they find a mentor, they cross over, and through this actual 2 days, they will be going on a part of a 2-day journey. And the reason why we do that, because the retreat is exactly that. You find a mentor, you cross over, you'll be tested, it's the approach, you'll be confronted with something quite big, you'll be rewarded, then when you go back home, it's the resurrection, and then this is the biggest thing, returning with the Alexia, which is basically most people, they do, let's say it's a 50-50. Some people, they do fantastic, some people do nothing with it, but what can you do? You can't hold a gun to, I always say you can lead a human to information, but you can't make them think. So, obviously there's my ugly head. This is a really big thing that people need to understand, and it's called the structure of reality or your map of reality. And what that is teaching people basically how their mind works and how they store time and space, their internal language, the memories, good or bad, traits, good or bad, decisions, good or bad, attitudes and values, how that is a filter. And by altering those filters, you will change the picture, which is almost happening very fast, 1,000 times a second, which changes your state, not the state of Victoria or New South Wales, but your state of energy, being empowered, or obviously being empowered. Changes your physiology, body language is either you can be, oh, I feel great, or not great, but I'm feeling like shit, too great. And then from there, it changes your behavior. Your behavior is absolutely everything. So by teaching people, okay, I want you to change, they're like, but how? So time and space is understanding your timeline, your internal languages. Obviously we do a lot of work to, to keep memories that serve us. Traits is what we're good at. Decisions, are we making good decisions or bad decisions? Attitudes, is my attitude moving forward or is my attitude holding me back? And then values and beliefs, and that's huge. So then we talk about how people's brains distort, generalize, delete. Just give you an example. Matty, I would say to him, hey bro, okay, let's meet up at 11:30. And today he was early, so he just thought, no, that was the airlines anyway. So that's just a little bit of an understanding for that. There is another thing here. I'll take you over to this side. This is a really important, it's a basic understanding, but it's a really important one, is that if anyone's been to a Tony Robbins seminar, if anyone's been to mainly the seminars that are successful, that the higher the energy output, so the more energy you put out, the higher the information input. That means, like, have you ever had like a really good night and you've got a lot of energy and you've been partying and obviously you're not drunk or you haven't been stimulated, or stimulus if you don't know what that means, that you remember everything. So through these conferences is keeping the energy high, because the energy's low and you fall asleep and you're like, oh yeah, no worries mate, and you forget about anything that we do. But we're going to be keeping the energy high, and we're not going to let people sit in their seats for too long. True, Matty? True. And yeah, we're going to be getting them very uncomfortable, and that's one of the biggest things. So if we can turn around for a moment, this is called, from this door, from here, this is the transformational temple. Yeah, so it's really good for people to know. This is the transformational temple, and this is the identity playground. So what you'll be seeing, there's 4 pillars, and there's a reason why we put these, those pillars, or they're tables, but we call them pillars. So once people step into this space, they need to be ready to change their identity. So I'm going to teach you, so there's 4 pillars. The reason why there's 4 pillars, because there's 4 pillars of change. Yeah? So the first one is the awareness, and I'm not going to teach it, it feels like I'm in a solarium. The first one's awareness, you have awareness of why you want to change. The second one is understanding, understand how you change, and that's when you normally get a coach or someone that's been there. This one is a sexy one. This is called dissociation, and what that means is, if you've got something that you need to change about, like you're not overweight, you're on a journey to lose weight, you're not broke, you're on a journey to be making that, or be making money and doing whatever you need. This association is the biggest one because people keep themselves in the problem, and unfortunately they stay there. So that, they're wanting to move forward, but they're trapped in this identity of having that same problem. And then the fourth one, it's an imaginary, but it will be there, and I can lean on it, it's called recondition. Recondition, recondition, recondition. And people say, Lee, how many times should I recondition until I know? Until you get the result and you keep going, because you can never stop growing. So they will learn that, and once they walk through, we will teach them is every time they walk into this space, awareness, understanding, disassociation, and recondition, and that's exactly what that is. And they will walk in there, and then they will remember that, yeah? Even if they have to say it out loud, so that will work out really well. And we will be doing a lot of the stand-up physical aspects of the retreat, but it is like the retreat. It's a 2-day workshop where we'll be doing our success priming, where you get into that state, you see, you feel, you hear, and you know what you're becoming. There'll be music, you'll be able to move your body. We do the tapping, which actually gets rid of a lot of stale energy. It's like a slapping to get the energy going. If you want to jump up and down, you can do that. Some people dance, like, you've got some people that do some really trippy stuff, but it's interesting. Then we'll be doing another thing is about facing what you came into, facing who you are, and there will be an inner circle, and then there'll be an outer circle of people. The inner circle will be the people that are walking towards what they desire, and then the outside people, they're embodying what the person's desiring. So it's quite confronting, staring at another human being, eye to eye, but it's actually heart to heart, and that person consciously and purposely embodying the energy, the purpose or that goal which that person's after. So if that makes sense, it's actually quite cool. Like, they will be sitting there, just say mine is relationship or self-worth. I wouldn't be looking at the human or the person, I'd be looking at self-worth, and that's what it would be. And you really get into a trance, and some people, it's amazing how accurate and how powerful it is. Another thing we do is we do a clapping exercise, which biomechanically or biorhythmically, I can't even say the word, is that you are occupying your conscious mind by clapping, and when you're clapping, your conscious mind's going, oh, clap, 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 and then what you are doing, you're programming what you desire. So, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, or, I'm whatever. And because they're clapping like that, you're sending that rhythm, you're sending that signal back to your brain, but you're tricking your conscious brain in limiting beliefs to say you can't, no, you don't love yourself. But once you're saying it, it's a three-way reinforcement, and it works wonders. And people will pick 3 main things what they want to work on. Then we're going to be doing a few secret squirrel things. We're going to be teaching you how to, here somewhere, limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs everywhere, but we're going to be representing a limiting belief with a board. And we're going to teach people the triple S to success, which is, so the triple S is being in the right state, telling yourself the right story, and having the right strategy. And in life, we do that with everything, yeah? And obviously, to punch a board, people think you just come up and punch a board. People think you believe in belief, you just do that. But if you're not doing it, thank you, there you go. Something I prepared earlier. So as you can see, it's a board, but it isn't. And what we will do is, the people that will be demonstrating this, they will be writing the limiting beliefs which they want to break through, yeah? As you would have seen at the retreats, they will do that. They carry this up on their back, as most people do with their limiting beliefs. They're going through life, like they go up to a volcano, and they've got the limiting beliefs on their back. As they go up the volcano, with half an hour sleep, not eating, fasting, because it is an active volcano, it's called the climb of life, then they will break it. So, but we're not representing trying to break a board. Like, if you would have seen that, if you would have seen me even do it as well, we're not in state. Doesn't mean how big you are or whatever, you won't break the board, because it's a five-piece plywood, yeah? So it's 5 levels of plywood there, and there's as we got told, there's all different gradings. So you're not going to be faking it. But what we teach people to do, it's the enforcement of learning the strategies. It's the enforcement of people learning how to get through life, because people go, I want that, but I'm going to make it up. You're going to waste time. You're going to waste money. You're going to waste energy. And yes, you're going to learn through it, but if someone gives you the path to least resistance, or someone goes, you know, it's a simple thing is, you know, I've done a little bit of martial arts, but I'm definitely not a fighter, so I'm not going to go into the big, okay, you know, with Mike Tyson, you want to learn, you need to be vulnerable. And this simulates how, okay, cool, if I'm not in the right state, with the right energy, if I'm not pumped, if I'm not in my heart center, I'm not going to tell myself the right story. The story is everything's easy, I'm going to break through it, everything's easy and effortless. Then the strategy is that you're not going to go, hit the ball, or you're not going to punch it because you're going to break your fingers. Yes, you could probably break through it with brute force, but even doing that, it's not a smart thing. If you want to get into your ego, and that, you know, we've had fighters that go, big haymakers, we've got some, you know, really angry people that have gone to break the board, and then we've got 4'11" women that, you know, as we'll say, she knows who she is, a lady, and my beautiful partner, and they're tiny little petite things, you know, 48 kilos, 50 kilos, you know, dumbbell curl them, and they broke the board just by with energy. Come on, man, making me blush. And yeah, and that was a really good indication. And then it was a good indication I wasn't in my heart center. I know I attempted, I won't say try, we can say try because I didn't break it. And I didn't break it. So that's a really good terminology of, you're not saying you broke the board, but more of having the right strategy. So triple S to success, and yes fellas, triple S to some sex as well. Have the right state, be in the right story, and have the right strategy, and you'll be getting everything you need. So as everyone knows, we're filming more. That's a quick little diagram of Fruit Eyes of the Beast. And yeah, everything's really coming together. So I'm really going to give people a behind the scenes of this is why the workshop worked out really well with the reality TV show. Plus, we're going to be doing a lot of the stuff that's going to be in the next retreat. We're going to be putting it all together. Yeah, it's been fantastic. We've been rocking out a lot of videos with Jared from Balkan Video and Production, or for photography and production, which has been fantastic. And yeah, I just really want to share a lot of stuff that's been in my heart that we've made, been able to make real, and obviously having superstars like Maddie that's been on the journey to help him grow, and we're taking this worldwide. But to see it unfolding and see it, starting to crystallize and become real, to see people like Maddie as well, to see him be able to blossom, for him to bring his partner back like last time, to have my partner here. It's really fantastic. And the thing that you guys will be seeing tomorrow as well, you're going to see people come in nervous. You're going to see people not the identity that they need to be. Yes, that's why the whole setup of what we do these workshops is called the social identity experience. You are in a social environment, and you're going to see people that are conditioned walking through nowhere near the identity that they need to be to achieve their goals. And they're going to be walking out close. Some have got it to the identity that they need to be to achieve their goals, and that's where the magic happens. So there we go, guys. Thank you, live stream, for kicking in. Any questions at all? And thank you, Jared, for capturing and listening to me talk shit for this long.